Hello beer fans, welcome to Andy's Beer Reviews. It is hump day, which means it's time for another beer. To be fair, every day is time for another beer, isn't it? And today we have got this one from Aldi on the Hop Foundry. I know, if you know, you know. This is called Hop Forward Beer. It's in partnership with Freedom Brewery. It comes at 3.4% ABV, and I'm sure it costs 99p. The price tells you really what you need to know, I think, about this beer. The price of beers tells you quite a lot about the beers. How somebody can brew something like this for as little as £1, or even if it was £1.50, £1.60, £1.70, make a really decent, well hopped beer and still get out the door for that price and make a bit of money, always astounds me. Yeah, 3.4%. Let's crack it open. 3.4%. So it's very sessionable, which is kind of trendy. There's lots of beers coming out at the moment around this sort of ABV. It is trendy. There's lots of people out there, particularly youngsters, the younger market, wanting more sessionable beers. They're into their alcohol free, so something like this, they're going to be all over. It's either that, or it's just a duty thing. It's just get under a certain duty and the brewery pays less duty for it. So not sure which one this one is. Maybe it's a bit of both. Yeah, so brewed founded by Freedom Brewery, who in themselves are a really, really good brewer. They do their New Zealand Pale Ale is really, really good. They do a really nice stout as well. I can't remember the name of it. Okay, it's poured a clear light golden colour. There you go, with a small white head. Now it calls itself Hop Forward Beer, so I was expecting something that looked, if I'm being brutally honest, something a little bit beery, and that ain't it. So this might be very interesting indeed. Let's get a nose in there, shall we? Very, very, very mild on the aroma. Now the cold does suppress aromas, flavours, those sorts of things, but this is, it's 15 degrees there. I've not purposely not had this in the fridge today. So I am drinking it way too warm, but I must be getting all the aromas to get. There's a little bit of light citrus, and that's it. Now, my bad. They said Hop Forward Beer. I presumed, daft old me, there was going to be like a best beer, best bitter, something like that. But I think they're just using the term beer as very generically indeed, because that's more of a lager. It's more of a hop forward lager, I thought. The colour of that and the aroma. No, can but try. Wish me luck. Cheers, everybody. It's not a bitter beer. It's not beer as in something I was going to expect to be beery. It's got the aroma and colour of a lager. It drinks like an IPA. In fact, it reminds me a little bit of not Proper Job, the proper hoppy IPA that Aldi do. That's, I think, the Harper's brand, isn't it? It's quite reminiscent of that beer. Lager, IPA. It is reminiscent of that. Not as good as that, because I actually quite enjoy that, but it's not quite there with this one. It's light and thin, but you expect light and thin for 3.4%, so that's all right there. Flavour wise, flavouring doesn't do as bad, to be fair. There is a little bit of malt profile there, a little bit of wafer coming through on that. And then the citrusy hops, and actually a zesty bitterness on the back end. So actually, from a flavour perspective, there is plenty of flavour there. It's just, for me, it was saying beer. I know now they're using the generic term beer. For me, I think if you have this in summer at a barbecue, I think if you keep these in the fridge, there's going to be absolutely no aroma to it. And I think it'll dull a lot of flavours. Like I said, this is 15 degrees in it, and it's actually not drinking too bad. But it does drink like an IPA. As it goes, it's not the worst beer these guys have done. It's certainly not the best one either. They've had a couple of okay ones, a couple of decent ones actually, a couple of good ones. Get the terminology right. A couple of good ones and some right stinkers. This is all right. If I'm being honest, it's all right. I honestly don't know what it is. It calls it beer, looks lagery, smells lagery, drinks and tastes like a sessionable IPA. So I'm a tad confused by it, if I'm being brutally honest. But it's not for me. There's a market for it. I know there's an absolute good market for stuff like this. Younger people will like it, and I know if you're on a very, very tight budget, it's a decent enough beer. If you're on that sort of budget where you want something at this sort of price, then it's an okay beer. And because it's an okay beer, I can only score it 5 out of 10. 5 out of 10 from Andy's Beer Reviews. Anybody else had this one? Let me know in the comments what you think about it. Well, yeah, thanks for joining today. Really appreciate it. Bit of the gaseousness coming back. Let me know in the comments if you've had this and what you think about it. I think I said. Thanks for joining me. Really appreciate it. Until next time, everybody. Yes, Thursday. Tomorrow, throwback Thursday. I'll go over a beer for that. So until next time, enjoy your beers. Cheers.